And guys, quickly before we do hop into this video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to AOA.com for sponsoring this Rocket League video. This website gives flexibility to every single platform. If you want to buy and sell loads of different Rocket League items, they do massive deals on there. And use code ZENIC at checkout and get yourself a 3% off your orders. Do you guys want to be in with the chance of winning these titanium white Dracos on my car right now? Then all you've got to do is follow these 3 simple steps. First of all, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications on so you guys do not miss an upload. Second of all, make sure you have dropped a like on the video. And third of all, comment your details down below. That is all you guys have got to do. Best of luck to every single one of you. And the winner will be selected at 35,000 subscribers. So as you guys can see right now, I'm going to be showing you guys today how to pick up several black markets from literally 1 key each and how you guys can make a ton of profit. Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel once again. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always, and today is the return of the brand new Nothing to Something, which is going to be traded from 1 single key and getting myself a titanium white Hextide. So it has been a long time to say the least since the last Nothing to Something, and the only reason for that is that I haven't really been motivated purely for the fact there wasn't a new crate. But I am so motivated now to show you guys how to make as much profit as possible with several different ways. So yeah guys, if you do want to see more Nothing to Something episodes in the future, make sure to just drop a like on the video. And if we get 500 likes in the very first day, I know that's a big goal, but if we get 500 likes in the first day of this being released, I will set one up for Tuesday. And we are starting to get pretty close to the 35k giveaway, and as well as that as well, if you haven't already, make sure you dropped a sub and ton of notices as well, because I'm going to be doing so many different episodes, so much Rocket League content, so make sure you are subbed if you are new. And yeah, let's get into the video. I hope you guys do enjoy. Okay, so getting into the very first trade of the whole series, I'm going to be showing you guys the main tip that I can suggest to literally any single trader that is on Rocket League. Like, you can be poor, you can be rich, it's gonna work no matter what. So what you want to do is put at the end of your post, just say you've got 1 key and want any black market at all, even if it's a toon, because I'm not gonna lie, most of the time with toons I can either flip them for 1.5 or 2, because there's a certain thing called BMD or black market demand, where there's people that will overpay for black markets just because they want to get that black market in their inventory. So I would say, even if you've got a key and you're buying a toon, just do it. Like, if you're going to get yourself another black market, and then you can use that as priority to get yourself an overpay. And yeah, that's a method I use right here. I got myself a toon. So then with that toon in hand, I went on to the LFG. I literally offered on every single person's post, yo, I've got a toon, would you like to offer? And most of the time, you're going to be getting either lolled, or because like toon is the cheapest one out of every single black market in the game. It's a solid 1 key, 1.5 keys. So not that many people are going to want it, but eventually I managed to find a guy. He had some non-crate very rares, and he really wanted to get himself a black market. So I honestly didn't even mind doing it for the fact that non-crate very rares, they're sort of at like a 2 key to 3 ratio at the moment, especially with double drop weekend coming soon, because there's going to be a lot of people doing massive trade ups. So a lot of people are going to be stacking. So I do not mind doing this trade at all. Pretty much getting myself 2 keys for the toon. I literally just paid 1 for a minute ago. So then I spent a little bit of time trying to get rid of the non-crate very rares, but I'm not going to lie, it did take a long time to find myself an offer. And eventually I found myself a solar flare, which is probably a really big regret. I thought solar flare was worth a little bit more, but obviously with the hype of the new crate, no one really cares about it because there's going to be even more on the market now. So solar flare is sort of like a no-go. I wouldn't pay less. Well, I wouldn't pay more than 2 keys max. If you want to get it, pay 2 keys. But I paid 2 keys here. Well, the equivalent in non-crate very rares. And it was a big mistake. I could not sell it because there were so many on the market. Because people obviously are opening the new crates which have them in. So I would stay away from solar flares unless you're paying less than 2 keys. But yeah, that was a learning curve for me, and it should be for you guys as well. But then after about 2 hours of searching, I'm not even joking, it took such a long time to sell this solar flare. After offering on every single person's post, I eventually found a guy that wanted to buy it. He said 3 keys. I said, can you add? Which was a big mistake because he didn't reply for like a few minutes. I was like, oh no, I would happily just take 3 keys, just get out of my inventory. But then he replied saying 4 final offer. I was like, okay, in for me to game. He invited me, and as you can see right now, I got myself 4 keys, which is the equivalent of a hex. So I've literally, after 4 trades, gone up to 4 keys after 1 key. So I've literally quadrupled my profit within a few trades. So honestly, trading's not really that hard. You just got to know what you're doing, and hopefully from this series as well, you guys can know what you're doing with trading as well. And with the next trade, it was a little bit of a snipe because I saw a lot of white breakouts going for around 2 to 3 keys. So I found myself one on the LFG. I offered him 1 key, and he said screw it, you just get rid of it for 1 key, which I cannot complain. Obviously, the breakout is not really that popular. Most is octanes, hence why white octane's like 175 keys now, and crim's like 30, sky blue's like 20. So octanes you could probably invest in and get a load of profit, but for the fact I'm on this nothing to something, I could not buy anything more than burnt sienna right now. So I thought, why not find myself a guy that has a white breakout, pay 1 key, and eventually I guarantee I'll sell it for at least 2. So either way, I'm going to be making profit. It's happy days. So then after a little bit of posting, obviously having the white breakout and the 3 keys saying 1 offers or BMDs, something like that, I eventually found this guy. He said he had lime zombies, so obviously zombies have died out completely unless they're black or white. Like, every single zombie's just dropped in price dramatically. So I was a bit hesitant. I was like, okay, I might be able to do it 1-for-1. But then he started adding a load of stuff, and he said, can you add 1 key? Because he had a load of junk that he didn't want. Obviously, the anodite right there is an absolute steal, because I can get at least 1 key for that. The Jaeger is probably a key pushing it, probably half a key. And then the PCCs as well as little ads. I cannot complain, it gives me more of a variety as well to sell on, and obviously I don't mind taking that trade, getting a tiny bit more profit. But then after a little bit of time, I managed to find myself a guy that wanted to buy the lime zombies, and obviously they're PCC as well. They're not even the CC4 ones, because the CC4, I'm not going to lie, they're pretty good. Like, to contradict myself, the CC4 zombies are actually pretty good, because they're starting to become rare, just like the CC4 crate as well. People are literally paying over a key for 1 CC4 crate. It's actually madness. But yeah, like I said, I'm so glad to get rid of the zombies, especially for the fact they're PCC. No one's really keen on zombies unless they're white or black, like I said. So I do not mind getting myself a lab as well. The lab, not really that high in demand. I might be able to get myself 4 keys eventually if I wait a little bit of time. But nevertheless, I'm happy to get rid of the zombies and welcome the lab. Okay, I've got no idea why, but the audio seems to cut really short on that last clip. So I'm sorry about that, but for this trade right here, I was just listening up the keys. Eventually, I found myself a guy. He said he had loads of imports that he wanted to get rid of. Obviously, like I said, if you've got keys or BMDs, you can use them to your advantage so much. Especially keys as well. Now the new crate's out, there's so many people buying keys. And when BMD demand goes up again, I'm going to buy myself loads of BMDs and use them to my advantage as well. But this guy, he sort of did a bit of an overpay with the imports. He put in 4. Obviously, then none of them are from good crates, but nevertheless, I can get myself at least a Toro probably with all of those imports added up. If not, I'll probably just add the Jaeger as well that I've just got sat there, because that's trash. But yeah, I don't mind taking that trade at all. And then after a decent amount of time, I managed to find myself a guy that wanted to buy my lab, and it took a long time for the fact I'm very ignorant and I don't want to sell it for less than 4 keys. So eventually, after a little bit of time, this guy was like, yo, I want to buy the lab. So I said 4 keys, and he said sure. And that's something you can do as well. On your post, do not, I repeat, do not say that you want a certain amount of keys, unless it's a really high offer, obviously. But if you say you want a low ball, pretty much, that's pretty much what you're asking. If you want keys that's obviously a low value, you're just wanting to get lowballed. So make sure to literally on your post say you have an item and want offers, because then that allows them to go first, set the bar, and then you can either hire it or whatever you want, just take the offer. So yeah, that's something I can suggest. So with having all of these random imports in my inventory, I felt a bit lost, to be honest. I didn't really know what to offer or what to post or anything like that. The post was so long with all of the imports, obviously. So I thought I would need something a bit more substantial. So I managed to find myself a guy that had a hex, and I'm not complaining with this deal. I'm paying 3 keys, which is obviously a 1 key below, and getting myself a Dom GT, golden egg stuck in there as well. It's always good because I'm going to get at least 4 keys, maybe 5 keys for the hex. So at the end of the day, if I'm paying, well, getting 1 to 2 keys for that Dom GT that's not even PCC, I'm going to be laughing, because that's going to be some easy profit for me. So yeah, I do not mind taking that trade, selling the Dom GT and getting myself a hex. So meanwhile to that last trade, I managed to find myself a guy that wanted to buy my Jaeger, and I was so happy with this. For the fact that it's not even PCC, because you can obviously get the PCC Jaegers now. It was accelerated, it was painted orange, I'm pretty sure. So a pretty trash colour, the second worst colour in the game. And obviously, I'm not going to be complaining if I'm getting 1 single key, because that 1 single key can get me a tune. And who would want a tune for a really bad Jaeger? Like, it's just logical. If I'm getting myself a key, I'm going to spend that key, get myself a tune eventually, or any sort of mystery. Like I said, if you do that post, more than likely you're going to get offered like Sub-Zeros, tunes, stuff like that for that 1 single key. So make sure you are adding that. But yeah, I do not mind taking this trade at all. So I was starting to get a little bit bored, and I thought, why not invest into some more non-crate very rares? Because in the last series, if you're an OG fan, you would have known that the non-crate very rares did wonders for me. I got so much profit, but obviously it's a little bit different now. They're not as expensive as they used to be, but even so, there's still people that will pay the equivalent of like 3 keys to 4. So I do not mind taking this trade right here, where I'm literally paying 3 keys, getting myself the 5. So even so, that's literally just profit alone from there, and that's a 1 non-crate very rare profit. But look at the ads this guy did. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, okay, he's going to keep on adding. I'd happily tick up now. He keeps on adding. And eventually, I got myself so many items. So that's going to conclude the episode. And I've got so many items to sell. So that's the final trade of this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you do want to see more stuff like this, more nothing to somethings, literally drop a like and comment down below. And if we get 500 in the very first 24 hours, like I said, I will definitely drop one on Tuesday. And these videos do take a lot of editing and a lot of time to make. So I would highly appreciate it. If you guys are new, make sure you hit that sub button and turn on notifications with a giveaway coming up soon. And so much more Rocket League content. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed.